What's up guys, this is Tampatec and I'm going to show you 3 ways how I fix these retro handheld systems. So this is a Nintendo Gameboy, 1989, 30 years old. Still runs like new, but back in the day, this was a whole lot of fun. Here's a Game Gear. This one is aged a little bit harder, but it still runs pretty good. Of course, the viewing angles are not as good as today's TVs, but it still runs really good. And of course, my personal favorite, my handheld growing up was the Atari Lynx, and I played many hours on this game right here. Alright, enough of the gameplay. I'm going to show you the 3 ways to fix old retro handheld game systems like these. So I'm going to go ahead and take this game out. So let's go ahead and crack this open. So first thing I noticed when I buy a broken handheld system from eBay or anywhere else is I check the battery compartment. The battery holder often has battery acid. What I do is I get some electronic cleaner and a toothbrush. You can also use this 99% alcohol. You can find that pretty much anywhere in your local store. Spray it up like that, and I just scrub it down with the toothbrush and break apart that battery acid on the battery terminals. And that usually helps big time. Now sometimes the battery acid may leak inside the handheld. If that happens, then you're gonna have to crack it open and use the alcohol and toothbrush. Sometimes you're gonna have to solder because that battery acid eats away at the wires and solder joints inside the unit. So make sure you have a solder iron and solder and alcohol, 99% alcohol. It has to be 99% alcohol, electronic cleaner. I have a wow stick, and it's right here. This is a wow stick. I'll leave a link in the video description below. Wow stick is really great to have because it has all these security bits. So once you crack it open, be careful opening up these units. Sometimes there's cables connected to each portion. Sometimes there is battery acid on the battery terminals, so you may have to solder the solder joints going to the battery terminals. And if you see any battery acid on the circuit board, of course, use the toothbrush and then scrub the battery acid off. And if you need to, hit it up with some solder. So besides the battery acid inside the battery compartment and the battery acid corroding the solder joints and the wires going to the circuit board, another thing is very common that go bad is the capacitors. The capacitors have a shelf life of 10 years. Sometimes even longer. These units are 30 years old. So replacing every single capacitor is highly recommended. So right here, I bought myself a $15 capacitor kit that has many different types of capacitors, and it's all organized for you in this case. Highly recommend that. Right here, I have the Nintendo kit. This is all the screwdrivers you're gonna need to take apart these handhelds. The Sega Game Gear has electrolytic capacitors, which are standard capacitors that you see in a power supply, but it also has surface mounted capacitors. So I highly suggest also getting this kit as well. This is a surface mounted capacitor kit. And so you would replace all these capacitors right here, and then these silver capacitors right here and under this heat shield. Whether you have electrolytic capacitors inside your unit or surface mounted capacitors, they all can leak. If you see this, then you have to replace the capacitor, then clean up the circuit board with electronic cleaner and install new capacitors. Now it does take some skill to solder and remove parts and install parts. So before you start fixing these handheld systems, definitely get your hands on a junk circuit board and practice on that junk circuit board or a bad power supply board, and just practice desoldering parts from the circuit board and installing the parts. Now, how I fixed this unit, I'm going to show you right here. So right in there, you see that's still kind of green looking. I had a heavy coat of battery acid, but I cleaned it up with electronic cleaner and a toothbrush. I highly suggest getting fine sandpaper like this one, and then just sticking your finger in there. You have to bend it, of course, and then just move it back and forth like that. This one, I actually replaced all the capacitors in it, right here. You can see all the capacitors I replaced all around it. There was probably like maybe 20. So this is a great way to earn some extra cash on the side for the holidays. Hopefully this helps you out. If it does, give me a big thumbs up. And if you know anyone that may be interested in this video, go ahead and click on the share button below and share this video to them. Help someone out. And subscribe to Tampatec and hit that bell notification to stay updated on the latest tech videos. Later, guys.